from Bryce Canyon. We got here a little bit earlier than planned, and so we decided to go ahead and start our very first hike. And I'm so thankful we did, because look at this view.
We are already inside the canyon. We are doing Wall Street and Queen's Garden Loop. It is the hike that we were most looking forward to coming here. It is a 3.2 mile hike into the canyon and back out, and we can't wait to show it to you.
Alright, so by now you've seen a lot of these weird looking rock formations in our video, and so these behind me are called hoodoos. So I'm going to give you a brief outline of how hoodoos are created. So remember, I teach math and English, I'm not a science teacher. But basically, these were once rock walls, and then weathering and erosion started occurring, caused by rain, ice, and snow, and so it started breaking these down, and now we have hoodoos.
So the thing that I was looking forward to most at Bryce Canyon National Park is Wall Street, which is what we're about to see. I can't wait to show you.
Good morning from Peekaboo Loop Trail.
This is a 5.2 mile hike down into the canyon and back up. It is currently 10 o'clock right now, and we are going to try to finish by 1 o'clock so we can catch the OU Texas Women's College World Series softball game. Let's go.
We just want to say thank you to everyone who's been thinking and praying for us. Everything's gone smoothly up until this point, and hopefully it continues to do so.
Yes, knock on wood. The only thing that has not gone according to plan is the fact that there is the most dry air possible in Utah, and so we've had to buy maybe like 10 things of chapstick so far. So if you're planning a trip here and you're used to a humid climate, get some chapstick.
So right behind me is what is called a window, and so it is not yet a hoodoo because there is still like a circular enclosure around it, and so after a little bit more rain and ice, we'll have a hoodoo.
news. We finished the trail earlier in time to watch the OU softball game, and now we are eating dinner. Well, we are close to eating dinner. Keely, what are we having?
We are having spaghetti.
It looks pretty good. It is just about ready. This is our camping stove. And this is our campground. We are at North Campground. It is actually in Bryce Canyon National Park.
And it's pretty perfect.
Yeah, it's really good. There are no electricity hookups or anything like that, but it's kind of clutch because we have the bathroom just right there. So yeah. Any last words?
The bathrooms are really clean, shockingly, but I'm very pleased with them.
See you tomorrow.
Good morning. We have been blessed with such a peaceful morning. We got to watch 4 does this morning, so it's been nice to watch Mother Nature at its finest. Today we are doing Fairyland Loop, which is a 7.8 mile trail, and we're just praying that it's a little easier than yesterday, even though it's longer. The elevation change yesterday really kicked my butt, so fingers crossed for an easier trail. We'll see.
Yes, and today is our very last day here, so we are going to make sure we make it count. So we'll see you on the trail. We are about 2.5 miles in so far, and we just saw our very first 2 people of the day. It's been a very peaceful morning of starting early in the morning and just really enjoying our time so far.
If you're wanting the secluded hike like Lance was talking about, then we recommend starting the hike around North Campground Loop C. That way you'll at least have about 2 miles to yourself if you start early enough.
They do have tours out here if you are wanting to learn more information about how the hoodoos are formed or the weathering and erosion process. And so if you aren't like super into hiking, there's still some things for you to do.
So when Lance and I go hiking, we like to just bring one backpack, and then we just switch off and on throughout the hike. And conveniently, he knew to switch right before we started ascending out of the canyon. Weird how that happens. Granted, he did just carry it for the past 3 miles, but still, I think he did it on purpose.
We are currently 3 hours into our hike. It is 11 a.m. and we just made it to 6 miles. We just looked up the weather and it is 70 degrees, partly cloudy, with a very nice breeze. And so this is literally perfect hiking weather in Utah in June. We could not be happier with how this day's going. Loving the hike. Can't wait to show you the rest of it. We just finished our hike. It is 12:30. We started at 8 o'clock this morning. It ended up being at exactly 9 miles instead of the 7.8 since we started from our campsite instead of the trailhead. Overall, it was great. Keely is over here cooking for us right now, doing great work. And we are planning on going to Mossy Cave and Turret Arch, which is actually outside the park this evening for our last night here. And so we will see you then.
The waterfall behind me is actually part of a man-made canal that was built in 1892. It was dug out to bring water to the communities below, and the only time it was ever dried up was actually in 2002. Besides that, water has been flowing ever since. Now that's a wrap on our time at Bryce Canyon.
We are going to close out our time here by doing sunset at Lower, Mid, and Upper Inspiration Point, and we will see you all in our next video at Zion National Park.